Hello and welcome to the C# Programmer. In this video, we're going to be delving into the world of AI-powered chatbots. We have a very exciting comparison lined up for you. We're going to be comparing three of the most used AI-powered chatbots, that is Bing Chat, ChatGPT, and Google BARD. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So some of the things that we're going to put into consideration are the user interface, input methods, output methods, response tools, uniqueness, creativity, and information validity. So I'm going to explain these in details as we look at them. All right. So I had come up with some test questions, and these are 10 very creative questions that we're going to be testing these AI chatbots on. Now, it's very funny how I actually came up with these questions. I think let me just take you through. All right. So as I was thinking about what questions to ask these AI chatbots, I thought, why can't I ask them what questions I have to ask an AI chatbot to show how intelligent or creative it is? So I started off with Bing Chat. So I asked it the question, give me 10 questions to test how intelligent and creative an AI is. And well, these were the responses. Now, if you look at these questions that Bing Chat provided here, they don't really seem to taste creativity. And I'm saying this because, I mean, if you look at the questions, they're simply how do you do this? How do you do that? There's no creativity in that. Okay, so I went on and tried Google BARD. So there we go. That's Google BARD. Asked it the same question. As you can see, give me 10 questions to test how intelligent and creative an AI is. And I got almost the same result. Okay, so it's just what is questions. All right, and these questions don't really seem to be testing creativity as well. Okay, so I was like, cool. Let me see. Let me try ChatGPT now. And when I asked ChatGPT, these are the questions that it came up with, and these are the questions that we're using in this test because they really seem to be questions that are testing the AI chatbots' creativity and intelligence. You can just read through the questions. It's not about what are, what is, how do, just those easy questions. But, we find complicated questions like design a futuristic transportation system for a large metropolitan area that is sustainable and efficient. So, well, we want a good AI chatbot to be able to handle certain complex questions, like, for example, these. Okay, so let's begin. Before we get into asking those wonderful questions, we'll start with recognizing certain things. So when it comes to the input methods, ChatGPT only accepts text input, and it loses to its competitors in this regard because Google BARD is able to accept images in JPEG, PNG, WebP, and it's also able to accept audio via microphone and text itself. Okay, same as Bing Chat. So Bing Chat is also able to accept images. You're also able to record an audio, and you're also able to type text, and that gives Google BARD and Bing Chat an edge in form of user input. So when it comes to the user interfaces of these three powerful AI chatbots, I think for ChatGPT, as we can see right now, there isn't really much going on, which makes it good because you can see everything that you want to see. You can shrink that or expand it. I mean, there isn't really much going on, so it's a good user interface overall. If we go to Google BARD, I would say the same thing. You have your response there, you have your history there. Bing Chat as well, you have your history there, you have your input there, you have your chat there, and there isn't really much going on. So for the user interface, I think it's just something that depends on what you prefer. What are your preferences? Otherwise, I really think all all user interfaces are actually good. Now, in order for us to test the rest of these bullet points here, we're going to need to ask some questions. So remember, we already have 10 questions that we're going to be using. And at this time, I'm going to be asking the first questions. So can you generate a unique and plausible short story in under 500 words? So I want us to ask this question so that we can taste first of all, obviously, the responses. We're going to be testing them throughout, but I want us to test the output methods and the uniqueness, the creativity, all that is going to come. But I want us to test the output methods. So when the AI chatbots give us the responses, what are we able to do with the responses? So we're going to be looking at the output methods and the response tools. Okay, so let's check it out. All right, so I started off with Bing Chat, pasted the question there, as you can see, and we're going to press return. As it is generating the response, we're going to go to Google BARD, paste the same question there, let it respond, and ChatGPT, we're going to paste that question there and let it respond. Okay, so let's get back to Bing Chat. All right. So Bing Chat asks us, sure, I can try to do that. What genre do you want uh, the story to be? Well, okay. I thought you use your common sense, but we're gonna say mystery and let it try to generate. Let's see how creative this can be. Okay, so it tells us it has that number of words. Okay, so as it is still processing, let's see what um, Google BARD has for us. Okay, so the last human. So I'm not really gonna read all this, but you can take time to read this. I think I'm gonna be sharing the responses. Okay, I'm gonna find a way to share these charts. Okay, and you're gonna find the link in the description below. Okay, now if we take a look here, of course, I can either say it's a good response, just some feedback there. Of course, I can share and export, and I can also Google it. So we're now looking at the response tools. So these are things that I can do to the response. So I can say Google it, and it actually tries to Google the response. I can say maybe export to docs. So I can export this response to Google Docs. I don't really have to copy it and paste it into Google Docs. So I can just say open docs and we should be having our response in more of a Word document, although this uses Google Docs, but you can easily have it in your traditional Microsoft Word very easily. Okay, so we have that there. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to be sharing this story in form of a document, and you're gonna find the link in the description below. Okay, so let's go to is it Bing Chat? Okay, let's see how far it has gone in generating that story for us. So great, it generates the story for us. So what can we do with this response? Of course, we can try to copy it if we want, but we can also export it. So we can export it to PDF, to text, or to Word. Okay, so this is actually awesome. I think Bing Chat beats Google BARD on this one. We're going to take a look at what GPT has for us. I can actually share that on Facebook or anything. Okay, great. Now let's go to ChatGPT. So for ChatGPT, of course, it comes up with a story, and the only thing we can do is actually copy this response. And of course, we can either say it's a good response, maybe give the developers some feedback, and I think that's all we can actually do. So when I go back to is it Google BARD? I think Google BARD is actually also able to read this out for us. So let's just enjoy 5 seconds of it.
Sure, here is a unique and plausible short story in under
Okay,
500
awesome,
words.
awesome, awesome. So are we able to try Bing Chat? Okay, so I doubt Bing Chat has that option, but this is a good thing from Google Bard because we're able to actually get an output in form of audio. So remember, on Bing Chat and Google Bard, we're able to input using audio, but only Google Bard is actually able to respond to us, and it can actually read the text out for us, which is very awesome. Okay, let's go to the next question, but please note that we've actually looked at the response tools. So what can we do with the response? With Google Bard, we're able to play the audio, we're able to Google, we're also able to share, export to docs. On uh, Bing Chat, we're able to export to PDF, Word, or to text, and we're also able to share to various social media platforms and through email. Yeah, but for ChatGPT, we're just able to copy the response. Okay, so let's move on to the next question so that we can now test the creativity, intelligence, and all that is the primary goal of an AI chatbot, to be something that is intelligent and creative. Okay, so after moving on to the next question, ChatGPT was able to give us a response which looked logical, actually. Google Bard also gave us a response which also looked logical. And one other thing that I forgot to mention about Google Bard is you're also able to actually have different, you're able to have the different drafts for the responses. So you're able to change, and you're even able to say, regenerate the drafts, and it will regenerate. So we're just taking note that okay, so it looks like we lost some connection there. Yeah, so I'm just taking note that these AI chatbots are able to answer such questions. Okay, so I think I asked Bing Chat this question, but something went wrong, and now it tells me I have already answered this question. Please ask me something else. Okay, so seems like we can't really ask. Okay, maybe let me try this. Answer the question anyway. Okay, but I don't think the other AI chatbots do this. So if I had to copy this question, it's the same question I'm from asking, but I'm gonna paste it there again. And I think Google Bard is going to try to give me a response again. And Chat should also give me a response again. All right, great. So it gives me the response again. Google Bard gives me the response again, but Bing Chat is, wow. I'm sorry, but I prefer not to continue this conversation. I'm still learning. So I appreciate your understanding and patience. Wow. Wow. Okay. So it might be time to move on to a new topic. Let's start over. So as you can see, I can't even input text now there. So it asks if we can actually start over. So unfortunately, I'm not going to try to ask the question again. I saw it actually already answered the question, but this is not really that cool from Bing Chat. I really feel like they need to improve this. Okay, so to continue, our next question is talking about recipes. It's talking about food. Wow. Okay, so can you generate a new and innovative recipe for a dish that has never been created before? So I'm gonna start with our good friend Bing Chat. We're gonna paste that there. We're gonna go to Good. Go over to Google BARD, paste it there. Okay, so just give me a moment. I think we're gonna copy that. I guess we've already seen uh, Bing Chat's response. And okay, ChatGPT, there you go. There's your question. Okay, so let's start analyzing. So Bing Chat says, sure, I can try to generate a new and innovative recipe for you. How about this one? Mango and avocado sushi with coconut rice. Oh, I don't really know how that sounds. Okay, great, great, great. So it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be up to us to just try to see if this recipe really exists or not, but I doubt it does. It's an AI recipe. Oh my god. Okay, so it gives us the instructions as well. Nice. Google Bard. I wonder why Bing Chat is taking so long to just finish up with this response. I think it's done now. Okay, so Google Bard. Wow. Now these guys give us a very similar response. Okay, let me see. Sure, I can generate a new innovative recipe, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's called kawe kabobs. All right, so what are the ingredients? One power bonus. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so the instances when I've used Bing Chat and Google Bard and they give me the same response, I thought this was one of the instances, but no, I was wrong. These are two completely different responses and not bad. Okay, ChatGPT also still generating the response. What does it call it? It calls it Mango Coconut Blossom Delight. Okay, instructions on how to prepare it. And okay, now this is good. So I guess we can see that all these chatbots are kind of creative. Okay, but we're yet to ask the tough questions. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, now things are getting interesting. Let's see what responses we're going to get from this question. So if you were to create a brand new board game, what would the rules and objectives be? Wow, this one is interesting. Okay, so let's give chat a question. Let's give Google Bard the same question. And let's give this guy, Bing Chat, another question. Okay, so of course I want to reconnect. I wonder why. Okay, great, great, great. Oh, also able to actually use some emojis there. All right, so answer this question. Okay, Google Bard is done and GPT just finished. All right, so what kind of a game is this? Okay, Chrono Quest. Okay, so if you go through this response, you'll actually find that it's very unique. It's a very unique board game. Google Bard. Okay, so one thing is, as long as an AI chatbot is able to answer such a question, logically, then there should be some creativity attached to it. Okay, so here we are. Google Bard gives us, if I were to create a brand new board game, I would want it to be strategic, cooperative game. Okay, nice. That is challenging, but also fun to play. The rules would be simple to learn, but difficult to master, and the objectives, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here is a possible set of rules for my board game. Okay, I really wonder what it's calling this board game. Okay, whatever it is, but okay, great response. So nice. Bing Chat also gives us its input and Zombie Escape, a cooperative game for 2 to 4 players where you have to escape from a zombie infested city before it's too late. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So I think if you really want to create a game or something, just ask these AI chatbots and they're gonna tell you exactly what to do. All right, let's move on to another very interesting question. So for this question, we're actually going to be starting with uh, Google BARD. So I already have the question on my clipboard. I'm just gonna have to paste it here. Now, okay, this is something. So every time I copy my questions from my PowerPoint and try to paste them in Bing chat, uh, they paste as images. So I just have to do one small thing, like run my notepad, paste the question there, and copy it again. Okay, something like that. Okay, this time it comes as text, and okay, so we give it to BARD, and we're gonna give it to chat, and we're gonna give it to Bing. Okay, so wow, I'm really, really, really interested in this one. Okay, so chat, of course, is not able to generate images. So it tells us as an AI language model, I don't have the capability, blah, blah, blah. It gives us all sorts of excuses. I can actually very valid anyway. So the good part is it gives us some suggestion in text form. So we're gonna have to take that text and generate an image ourselves, which is not really what we asked for. But thank you, chat. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to BARD. Okay, BARD also apologizes. Unfortunately, I can create an original artwork or design that represents the concept of unity. I'm a large language model, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so however, I'm not able to create. Whew. Okay, great. So this whole thing is just more like an excuse. Yeah, too bad. Okay, all right. So, oh, okay. Bing Chat is actually trying to give us something, and this is interesting. This is interesting. Bing Chat is able to give us images which are powered by DAO E. Okay, so DAO E is a generative AI powered um, I think picture generator. Let me just call it that, which is I think was created by OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. So, wow, this is really cool. At least this is useful. It's more useful than SQs or some explanation on why the AI chatbot can't do this or that. But this is great. So apart from accepting images as an input, we're also getting images as an output, and this is really good. So let's go back to the question. Can you create an original artwork or design that represents the concept of unity? Well, we might have questions on the originality, but well, this might be an original image, but this is really creative. At least it actually represents the concept of unity. I mean, just look at that. Okay, so this is great from Bing Chat. It really kills the other AI chatbots on this one. Great, awesome stuff. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, so for this question, I think ChatGPT should be excused because it's not able to take um, input in form of an image. So this is a loss already for it when it comes to this part of the video. But when we go to Google Bard, we're able to upload an image. Okay, so let's say we upload that image and we ask, what is this? Okay, and I guess you can see the image is still loading there. Let's try and see if we can also upload it on Microsoft Bing Chat. Okay, as it is uploading, we're gonna ask, what is this? Okay, so we ask it the question, we go back to Google Bard, press retain to ask the question, so it starts generating. Let's see what. Okay, so privacy blur hides faces from Bing Chat. Okay, which is good. There's some privacy taken into consideration, and it's still trying to think. Okay, wow, this is great, but but the response is very questionable. So this is a logo for Ictas, a technology company based in Arizona. They provide IT solutions and services for various industries. Okay, so this is really wrong anyway, but at least it's able to read the letters. Let's see what. Okay, now this is amazing. This is amazing from Google BARD. So Google BARD really gives us something better. So the image you're seeing is of the ICTA's logo with a map of Zambia. So ICTA stands for Information and Communication Technology Association of Zambia. And wow, this is good. This is really, really good. Okay, so this question was just between Google BARD and Bing AI. So as we reach the end of the video, I would like to make mention that you can find the links to all these AI chatbots in the description below, and you can actually visit each of them and try to test them with different questions, be it maybe a developer, you want it to help, you want these chatbots to help you debug your code or give you suggestions on how you can do something smarter. Yeah, you can try to give them a go. So I would really like to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Tell me some things that you've noted, some things that maybe I should cover in future videos, and all right. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.